Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I just saw in the theaters Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. This is a 2022 film that was directed by the Daniels. They're not brothers. It's just they're both of their first names are Daniels. It is produced by the Russo brothers, and I wanted to mention that because obviously the Russo brothers are probably most well known for directing some of the best Marvel movies in the franchise. And so to see that they took these directors who have done some stuff, but they're still getting their names out there. They wrote and directed this multiverse type story, which Marvel is also doing currently. So it's almost like the Russo brothers said, okay, we're not going to be doing Marvel anytime soon, so let's go off to the side here and do a smaller budget, help these guys make a smaller budget multiverse like story. And I can't even begin to describe this plot or make sense of this plot without giving spoilers away. So I will not do that. I will not spoil this movie at all. But let me just say right off the bat that I really enjoyed the film. I did. I'm not going to go over the top and say that it's my favorite movie of the year or my favorite movie of all time, which I have heard people say. I've heard a lot of people promote this film and highly praise this movie as this is the greatest thing ever, or it's their favorite movie this year, and that's great. I just liked it. I had fun with it. I appreciated many things of what this movie did do and what this movie was able to accomplish. First things first, let's talk about Michelle Yeoh as Evelyn, the main character. I really like Michelle Yeoh here. I loved seeing her go from playing a version of herself that was more meek and more sad of where her life became, working at this laundromat, struggling to do her taxes, and just sort of having a hard life, and not being happy, to then go through different versions, variations of herself in the multiverse where she either knows Kung Fu or she has all of these great abilities, or even just one where she's seemingly herself, like she's an actress who makes movies and sort of has that fame to her. And so this was probably very creatively fulfilling for her. I've seen many interviews where she talked about how much she was joyed to do this part and to get this movie. It's interesting because I was reading some of the production stuff, and apparently Jackie Chan was originally considered for this role, and I could see it. I can easily see it. Him, especially being older, being that more reserved and living a more normal life, and then also being able to do martial arts, being able to kick ass, and also being a star. Like, he could have pulled this off great. There's a lot of comedy moments and funny moments in this film, and I think he could have pulled that off as well. But Michelle Yeoh, it was nice to see her do this. It was nice to see her do these various different types of tones and different types of ways to play this same character, because I thought she got to shine. She got to show what she could really bring to a movie like this. Hu Kwan, hopefully I said his name right, he plays her husband, Wayman, and this is a guy who you guys might remember as a child actor back in the 80s. I'm talking about playing Short Round, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. He was in the Goonies. Like, he was a popular Asian kid actor back in the day. Haven't kept up with him lately. I don't know what he's been doing, but to see him now as an adult, he too played that more reserved husband who seemed like he couldn't handle himself, and then the versions of him where he was a badass. He was able to fight off people with a fanny bag or just be a badass. They both have a daughter named Joy, played by Stephanie Sue, and she was great as well because she was dealing with this whole her being a lesbian and her trying to not only show her mom that and that this was really her, but more so feeling like her mom wants to keep her boxed in this one image of how she wants her to be presented or how she wants to be presented to the grandfather, and just feeling very closed off, not feeling like she's able to truly be happy or be herself. And there was a lot of trippy things going on with their relationship, their dynamic. At the end of the day, it's the core, more realistic parts of the mother-daughter relationship that I gravitated to the most. Some of the other actors, you have Jamie Lee Curtis in this movie, looking very different than you've probably ever seen her before. I loved her commitment. I loved how she just didn't care and said, F it, I'm just going to play this character and go all out and do what I need to do. She was great. Jenny Slate, I want to mention Jenny Slate really quick, because she has a small part. She's a customer at the laundromat, and she's on her phone, and she has a dog, and you would think, okay, she's just a regular side character. Cool. And she shows up randomly in the background of a couple other scenes, and she's just there. But they have this ongoing joke where Michelle Yeoh, in her language, calls her Big Nose, and that's just how she refers to her. In fact, I think her character in the credits is listed as Big Nose, and I get it. You know, if I really look at Jenny Slate and try to figure out, like, why would they call her that, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess she does kind of have a big nose, but nothing to where I would make that much attention to it, or I don't know, I still find Jenny Slate attractive. Maybe I just liked her on SNL and found her funny. Loved the multiverse stuff, even though there were points where I was confused on the rules and how everything worked and how everything actually was able to connect to every universe. I still liked what they did. I still liked the thoughts process. I still liked how they pulled everything off. I saw that this budget was $25 million, which isn't cheap, but for an A24 film, that's way bigger than I think they've really delved in as far as the budget goes. But to do this story, you would expect it to be more. You would expect that they did have more of a budget, because they were able to be very creative with the effects and with the cinematography and with the colors and how they transition from universe to universe, and how they made it obvious that you're in a different universe, or how they were able to fully go for certain images and colors and certain spectacle like sets, and I just was impressed. I might not have loved it, or I might not have gone crazy over it as much as other people did, but I still enjoyed it. I still had fun with it. I'm gonna give this a good date movie. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you too have seen Everything Everywhere All at Once. What did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you love it? Is it your favorite movie of all time or the year? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!
Sticking to my decision, just to rupture y'all ignition. I'm painting my perfect vision, intuition is real. If you humble, you will never stumble. Listen, it's clear, but I'ma give it to him. Let the God seize the day.